Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this the NewzBeat presented to you by Ladies Like and Jess Sentino. Follow the beat from the studio to the street. Info with the flow keeps you sharp and in the know. Sit back, relax, enjoy the news. Follow. Domestic abuse is not really discussed, despite the dangers few make a fuss. This violence is common across Africa.
Take this tragic story from Nigeria. For over 1 year, a man beat his wife, and in the end, he even took her life.
The neighbor Salisu Taita saw that there was no justice. He started Men as Scum as a service, a website that is a central database where women can anonymously discuss domestic abuse openly.
The site is run by Salisu and 3 volunteers, a lawyer and 2 website moderators. A scumbag can be nominated by users, and with enough votes, he gets that scumbag of the month.
Akim from Lagos was the pick of this month. The site provides a platform and service to help women break the silence.
The site administrators can contact users in extreme of life and death matters. Still, the woman controls her information and can decide to accept intervention.
So what do you think? Does this site provide a useful service? Does it part to discourage domestic violence?
The world's oceans are in vulnerable condition due to overfishing, acidification and contamination. Experts say if marine continues at the current rate of human activity, there will be more plastic than fish in oceans by 2050. These were the major concerns at the UN Oceans Conference in June this year, as the ocean states were urged to make sure that their ocean territories were secure. There has been a rise in the productivity of ocean states over the past decade. However, 3 of the continent's oceanic regions were still controlled by criminal rackets. The Gulf of Guinea, the Horn of Africa, and the Mediterranean waters of Libya have volatile territories, infamous for illegal fishing, drug and human smuggling, sea piracy and armed robberies. The lack of government attention have allowed the criminals to exploit the ungoverned spaces and consequently deny the ocean states revenue from their water resources. Africa has 38 coastal states and a number of island countries that collectively encompass an estimated 13 million square kilometers of ocean territories, which they can exploit to boost many marine-related industries. The opportunities on Africa's coast are also enormous, as the maritime industry along with the continent's coastline is estimated at $1 trillion. Africa's blue economy has the potential to create jobs and wealth beyond simple human sustenance, and the African Union identified as the new frontier of African renaissance.
After the elections in 2016, you might think democracy is a dream. Much went down with the opposition in Uganda, nearby the insecurity in Somalia, and a president's gambit in Gambia. The only peaceful election was in Ghana. So, is democracy a reality in Africa? Let's ask Kenya, Rwanda, and Angola. In August, all these 3 will hold elections, and the result could change the regions. Kenya has a violent election history, but it's also the closest to true democracy. It's a race between political dynasties. Odinga's coalition against Kenyatta's party. Should there be a dispute over a victory? Kenya could plunge into a violent uncertainty. It's a different situation for Rwanda's election, where it seems to be no real opposition. Kagame holds Rwanda. He has popular support, despite the lack of transparency the papers report. Is democracy a reality in Africa? Ask the retiring president of Angola. After 37 years, he passed on the mantle to his defense minister, Joao Lourenco. Lourenco is likely to take the victory with the help of the ruling MPLA party. These essential elections in the 3 countries will decide between the insecurity and the regional stability.
Hey, ladies like, have you heard about BEAR?
I think it means before anyone else.
For black people, it means something else. It's an app to improve their dating experience. Black people face bias on a daily basis, down in the streets and on dating sites. Instead of a match, they get penalized. The data shows discrimination is digitized. In order to serve the black community, the creators of BEAR had to think differently. The founders went to their user BEAR directly. They began by hosting mixers and parties at historically black colleges and universities. Attenders had to download BEAR to participate, and they got to meet their potential date. Who are the brains behind BEAR? Justin and Brain Gerard, 2 African Americans, and Jordan Kunzika, an Angolan American. Kunzika was a Google generation schooler who graduated with full-time offers from Microsoft and Google, the best in tech. But Kunzika wanted to disrupt tech, and BEAR was the best way to do that. They launched the app in 2015 and had 17,000 downloads in just a few weeks. Their user base has grown over 10 times since. How did they meet such great success? They put their community before anyone else. I'm MC Yella, reporting for NewzBeat.
That was the news on the beat. Next week will be another hit. Still Ladies Like and Jess Sentino, reporting live and direct with love and respect. Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Yes, follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Yes, follow the beat.